Hey there. Today I'm showcasing a couple of decks that I've been really obsessed with recently. More appropriately, it's just a deck archetype that I've been really enjoying, and it's zombies. Um, though I'm kind of stuck between calling this like full on a zombie deck or specifically a zombie Moab deck, because as you'll see, I'm not actually running a lot of the zombie cards. Instead, what these decks are trying to focus on is running only the best zombie cards and trying to leverage the strengths that those cards bring in order to actually win games, rather than being some sort of like gimmick. So this is going to be like competitively minded, and it's definitely something that when ranked comes back, you're going to be able to maybe get some wins. Though not all of these decks are going to be super appropriate for the ranked environment. I'll go over more specifically one of these deck lists that are good for ranked. But this is probably going to be the quintessential version of the Zombie Moab deck, and I'll probably put something on screen that goes more in depth for the core cards while I'm talking about them. But I think you can kind of separate the cards in each deck into four main categories, or distinct categories, and you kind of build your decks modularly to fit into those categories. So what every Zombie Moab slash zombie deck is going to have is the pretty much maxing out on the copies of Dart Arts Wizard, Necromancer, the Prince of Darkness, which you can only have one of, but trust me, you would want more if you could, the Zombie Moab, and the Soul Stealer. So basically all of these decks are going to have all three copies of these. Maybe you take out like one Zombie Moab if you want to tech more for aggro, or getting a little bit ahead of myself, but this is basically like every single deck that's going to be a Zombie Moab deck. These are like the core offensive cards, and you're basically never going to deviate from this. And I'll go more in depth in a little bit about why some other zombie cards that most people are running whenever they think about running a zombie deck. And I want to talk about why I don't actually use those cards, and the weaknesses I've found, and instead what the strengths are of combining just these few cards are instead. Another part of these decks that you're going to see is consistent across all of these is a very cheap anti-aggro cycle package. Most decks that run a cycle package are going to be running, or not a cycle package, that are running an anti-aggro package, are going to be running cards like Barrel of Monkeys and Bionic Boomer, which, don't get me wrong, those are like the best anti-aggro cards in the whole game, right? Most tempo decks and even control decks run both of those cards just because for their deck slot, they are the absolute best at stopping aggro decks. The problem is, they really rely on like the RNG of being able to draw the cards when you need them. And they also slow down your card draw cycle, because Barrel of Monkeys, it costs 4 to put down just for some DPT. And the Bionic Boomer, it costs a whole 6 gold. It's a lot, though obviously they do their job very well. But relying on both of those cards and not having a cheaper alternative to cycle from your hand, it's another concept that I'll go over in a second, but it really limits how offensive you can be into a control matchup. And that might be the reason why some people feel like they struggle into control, is because their defensive package is really hard to cycle out of hand. Instead, what these decks run, what my zombie decks run, are Alchemist. Basically all the time, this card is really good for unbreaking. It only costs 2. It has like 42 damage per turn. It's really solid. That's higher than Tack Shooter at least. And like Tack Shooter, it at least gives you some amount of anti-face damage or anti-burn. that can help prevent like pink lethals, double yellow lethals, or like Rado DK lethals just by a little bit. It helps a surprising amount. Ends up making it so that Alchemist Monkey is just a little bit more useful than something like Dart Monkey Twins, which is the most immediately similar, though Dart Monkey Twins could still find a place in other decks, mainly aggro. And Mana Shield is the other one that I'm maxing out on the Mana Shields in this deck, but some other decks might not want to. Another card that basically fits that same role is Mass Detonation. It's free, you know what Mass Detonation does. But importantly, it is relatively cheap to cycle out of your hand. I mean, it costs 10 Bloontonium, but that's 0 gold. So, it's about as best as you're gonna get. In this specific deck, you know, I'm running the Azili exclusive defensive options, but I'll show you what you can do for different heroes. Azili, of course, pretty much always wants Robo-Monkey, and in this specific deck, I'm also running Crippling Sniper, though it doesn't, that's more for the, like, the tempo tech that I'm going for with this specific list. It's not a super standard card, but Robo-Monkey and Alchemist Monkey, just compare their costs. It's 2 cost and 4 cost compared to the Barrel and Bionic Boomer combo of 4 cost and 6 cost. It means that whereas another deck is going to be playing the stronger single slot defensive options, you're going to be able to play cheaper defensive options. Maybe they're a little bit worse, but every time you play a defensive option with this deck, it's like you're gaining, like in a weird roundabout way, like you're gaining 2 gold on a different, on a normal tempo deck, right? Like Alchemist Monkey, you're only spending 2 gold on, they have to spend 4 gold on their Barrel of Monkey. It's like you made 2 gold. It's like you have a banana farm. I guess that's something to point out, is that this is a more mid-rangey deck that's not running banana farm. This is how you get your economic advantage instead. You have all of these cheap options, which basically generate you gold and draw you cards for cheap, whereas another deck would have a harder time cycling their cards out of hand. This is definitely something you're going to see in the gameplay ahead, but it's a concept I feel that's very underrated in this game, and I feel like it's something people need to explore more in order to develop more lethal offensive strategies. So I already went over the offensive zombie package. I already went over the anti-aggro cycle package. The other parts of the deck are the card draw and whatever you're teching against. So basically all of these decks are going to maximize on their pick card, their hero exclusive pick card. That's mostly because in a cycle deck, you don't need a sheer volume of cards, but you really want to be searching for your specific offensive pieces. Just because even spending 2 more gold on one of these few offensive pieces like Necromancer and Dart Archdruid is going to be more value than if you, for example, ran a card like Undead Army, which, while not being a horrible card, I don't think fits in zombie decks at all, just because in my testing it hasn't actually done anything meaningful into any matchups. It's a little bit too weak into control decks. It's a little too slow and weak at the same time for aggro matchups, and importantly, it doesn't give any Bloontonium for the aggro matchup either, which is important for your defense. And it is pretty useful into tempo, but another weakness that this card brings, it ends up locking your board at 8 Bloons, not being able to play any Bloons because you just, you know, put down 4 zombie blues, instead of being able to put down, like, higher pressure cards. It's such a weakness. Where was I? It was a little bit of a tangent, but that's the reason why we run so many pick cards, is because even though you have that 2 gold tax, it's still worth it to find your stronger individual options. A card like, or a pick card also has the utility of being able to draw into whichever defensive option, finisher option you really want. So you always want to maximize on these pick cards. You also are going to see I'm running card draw cards a lot for the same reason, basically. They're a little bit worse overall because they brick a little bit harder and they dig, quote unquote, like they search through your deck by one less. These pick 3, these only draw 2. But they have the extra utility of obviously giving you one more card in your hand. So it's still pretty worth to run a card like Supply Drop. It's just, that's the reason why I only have one of them. And then there's the finishers in the deck. Well, I guess I should go over the finishers first before I go over the specific tech options that each different deck is, because this is something that's going to be similar across these decks as well. The quick readies and the double troubles. Any Moab based deck is going to be running these. Sometimes I'll only have 2 quick readies. I'll basically always have only 2 double troubles. Double trouble is so good with the Soul Stealer. Any deck that's running Soul Stealer probably should be running double trouble, even if you're not running Soul Stealer, even if it's like just BFB. It's so good. And the quick ready, you know what quick ready does. But whenever you're thinking about teching, you want to think more specifically about quick ready. You want to run more quick readies if you want to do a little bit better into aggro, because when you run more quick readies, it lets you hard mulligan them out of your hand at the start of the game, lets you mulligan for your anti-aggro options, but then in the late game, or at the end of the game, when you need quick ready, when you need to win 1 turn sooner, you have a higher chance of being able to top deck it. So that's the reason why I'm running 3, but in other decks I'll only be running 2 quick readies. I guess I can go over the specific tech options, which is the fourth and final part of each deck. So this, being a tempo tech deck, is running like Slowing Bloon, Crippling Sniper, and Shell Shock, which just give me more time to win the race against an opposing tempo deck. They're also pretty good against aggro. Though, if you wanted to tech harder against aggro, you would probably run a card like Spike Storm. Spike Storm, I'm running in some of my decks just because it's able to... you can leak an opponent's Blooming Bloon, and then you drop your Spike Storm, and it's basically like you didn't leak it. Like, you drop Spike Storm, you drop Soul Stealer, it's like you didn't leak it. It makes it so that, like, Spike Storm is such a great card for, you don't need it in your opening hand to draw Blooming, like another Blooming counter. It's pretty nice in that way. And then this deck runs a lot of healing. All of my decks are going to be running healing because you kind of need that with how bad these archetypes are into aggro. It gives you at least some semblance of a chance. And it also lets you play more aggro because you can leak some damage you otherwise wouldn't be able to in order to put on offense. And this deck also pretty much all of the decks are going to be running Return to Sender. I think I actually have one version that's not running Return to Sender, but this is anyways a card that's specific for the tempo matchup. Though, as you'll see, it also is good for supporting your offense. Return to Sender should be pretty much run in every deck, so it's pretty much not even something to talk about. Some other specific decks that you're going to see in this video include this Quincy version. I know it says I only have 1 win, but I actually had 33 wins. I just deleted the deck on accident a little while ago, but I rebuilt it basically the same. This deck is more for the aggro matchup, so instead of having like slowing cards like Cripple Moab, I still have Slowing Bloon in order to tech for tempo, but Slowing Bloon is anyways also good into aggro because you can slow their Blooming Bloon by 1. Why Quincy? Because Quincy actually has Archer's Instinct, which is an insane card for enabling zombie strategies. I know Izili normally is running these decks because of her Bloon Voodoo, giving your undead Bloons disproportionately more HP, but sometimes the Archer's Instinct is just even more value. Being able to find basically every part of your offensive combo makes this deck so consistent into control that even though we're running this as an anti-aggro teched version, it still is pretty like mindless into a control deck. Obviously, it's not foolproof. I might post one of my losses into a control deck, but it's basically foolproof. We're running Quincy Staples Storm of Arrows, which is great card for unbreaking. It's so good into aggro. Interestingly enough, this deck is running BFB and Rapid as well. And these two cards are surprisingly lethal against aggro because they can't really take down the Rapid, and it's just going to be basically giving you like, it's like a 4-cost quick ready that gives you Bloontonium. It's very, very nice for shortening the timer that aggro gets in order to beat you. And then this deck also runs Bio Boomer. I was talking about how Bio Boomer bricks really hard, but Quincy doesn't really have another good anti-aggro option, and we're kind of skimping out on Barrel of Monkeys, so might as well run Bionic Boomer, which is the best anti-aggro monkey in the game. And we're still making like a gold advantage on other tempo decks. It's just not as much, just because we're trying to tech for tempo instead. I'm also using the fact that this deck has Archer's Instinct to run a tech card like Shrink, which can be pretty devastating against a control or tempo deck. It's just not something you can run in every zombie deck, because they normally can't search as well as Quincy can. The other deck that you're going to be able to see is a little bit more experimental, but it is very fun. It's a ZJ version of the zombie archetype. Now, this deck is supposed to be good into aggro, but honestly, it hasn't panned out for me. What this deck has ended up being is the ultimate like control tech version, because the reason why you would play ZJ in the first place is because the zombies are really good at giving you your passive awesomeness. Individual zombies can get 2 procs of passive awesomeness as well. But you don't usually see these slower ZJ decks because they really rely on consistently playing Bloons in order to get your defense up. And Rad Bloon time, it's not really useful as like added tempo pressure, but it kind of just like feeds like their AoE, like their Super Monkey Storms, but it is something like, on average, it's just going to be 300 extra health for them to chew through. Maybe that makes a difference. But this is very fun. It's running some pretty cool cards like Signal Bloon for one, which gives us tokens and also lets us run less zombie Moabs, but still consistently draw them, which lets us draw this less often into aggro. It's not so good into aggro because it's 7 whole delay. Lets us more easily draw into Soul Stealer, which is what we really want to see in the aggro matchup. This is a more funny deck, is running some ZJ exclusive defensive options, but I wouldn't recommend this one, but if you want to have some fun, I think this is a very good choice. That just about wraps it up for the deck showcase. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want me to make any more videos like this, or if you want me to change anything for future videos, please let me know. I'm gonna try and revitalize this game with some content I've been wanting to make. These type of deck building, or rather deck showcase videos for a while. I just haven't had the motivation to just yet. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up a good streak of making these, but in any case, I hope you enjoy for just today. Let's get into some games. Alright. So, this is actually the first game of the set. Rocking up on a pretty neutral map, could be control, could be aggro. Workshop, it's like fine. I just have to mulligan for my unbrick more, and mulligan away my draw. I also really like this combination, not so much the second quick ready, but the single quick ready is good in both aggro and control matchup. Soul Stealer is good into aggro and control. This one's good into control, this one's good into aggro. Overall, I really like this hand. It's not the best, but it's pretty not greedy.
Nature gives me strength.
Pretty not greedy. And when you're playing like a hella greedy offense deck, I mean, you can kind of mulligan for tech options a little bit more. It looks like Farm Open. I have a Farm Open deck, and I really like playing it, but it's not something I actually usually see. But it's most certainly some sort of tempo deck. A lot of people don't run Eco Drain, but they do always pair the Banana Farm with some sort of just massive Bloons. I mean, that's exactly what we saw. Can't say I am exactly surprised. I did set up some offense, kind of forces him to do stuff. I'm not really worried about this. It's a little bit of like a early Golden Blimp, honestly. It's kind of strange. Normally you wouldn't play Golden Blimp on 8 in a tempo deck. Normally you would play like a BFB dry. Makes more sense. But I also am pretty sure he did that just to unbrick his hand, because it only has the 1 charge. So compared to something like BFB, which is 14 cost to unbrick, it's actually fairly cheap to do. Yeah, this is just some sort of like a blimp spam. I'm gonna be leveraging my anti-tempo tools pretty well here. To pretty good effect. So I'll be on 5. I like shooting this here. As long as I keep the Robo on 1 ammo, I mean, I can use it basically for anything. Kind of like denying him a draw here by returning the Golden Blimp, but yeah, I'm probably only going to be able to deny a draw by returning to sender this turn. The only problem with that is I won't have enough gold to Soul Stealer next turn, which I really want to do. I think slowing Bloons Soul Stealer is looking like a much more proactive play. And -1 on card draw, it's nice, but I think this is actually what's going to win me the game if I can draw my double trouble off the top. And to boot, it's exactly enough gold for Soul Stealer slowing Bloons, so you know I gotta go for that. As he has some healing so he can take those early leaks to the greed. His deck makes a lot of sense. Alright, he goes for his Soul Stealer. Now that's a nice target for return to sender. I like taking this down. He doesn't have enough gold to do any sort of combo. He also doesn't have enough gold to double trouble this next turn. So I was originally, what I was thinking was slowing Blooning on this. This shot is always happening. Oh, yeah, this shot is always happening, except I should Soul Stealer first. And then it just, oh, but I should have slowing Blooned first, actually, just to get the 1 extra. Arguably a misplay, but it's fine. Yeah. One of the reasons slowing Bloon is so good is just because it gives your Soul Stealers 30 extra health, so that's nice. But yeah, I didn't really use that. I think, so this for sure is happening. Now it just kinda depends. What am I going to slowing Bloon here? I think I will slowing Bloon this next turn, return to sender. Yeah. Feel like that's pretty reasonable. Might not be the best play. This also gives me the option to just rip Mass Detonation if I want to be more offensive, though I haven't really positioned myself to make any sort of offensive play. Alright, I do really like the return to sender here. Yeah, so return to sender, mega value. Certainly going for double trouble on this. So I think I will return to sender and then rip mass debt. Just to deal a bunch of damage to this, so he can't double trouble next turn, which is he's surely looking to double trouble this upcoming turn. So this is nice. The tempo tech is doing exactly what it was meant to do. Can I? Nah, I cannot. So for sure ripping this mass debt just to deal a bunch of damage to this Soul Stealer, so the double trouble value is lower. Might just hold on to my gold. Yeah, I think I'll leave this to be defender, so the next turn, the temporaries will only disappear at the end of the turn, but if it loses the ammo on his turn, it won't disappear. I'll still have this available to shoot some guys next turn. So I'll leave this for defender, and then I'll have enough gold to double trouble off the top. If I get it. It would be a nice play. There's also no reason to make more space in my hand right now, so I should just save everything in my hand. Like, he could multiple return to sender. See, he's doing the same thing, playing around the double trouble. But for me, it's a lot stronger because, well, it has a lot more health. And it's on lower delay, so it would give me a lot more value. It's interesting that he's running Damaged Moab, and Soul Stealer, and Golden Blimp. This might be like a no monkey deck, which kind of makes sense why he's running Oben. But you usually see more of an aggro structure with no monkey decks. Getting the heal on the Soul Stealer is very nice. I kind of like hitting the Soul Stealer here. Though at the same time, I don't. He has not a lot of defense. I feel like I should just be going for lethal with quick ready. And that would entail playing out both clever yellows. I feel like I'm gonna do that. And then just unbrick my hand a little bit. I feel like this guy is a good player. He wouldn't run like random Super Monkey Storm. And I'm gonna slow this down so his double trouble sucks. And I should do one more of these over here. There we go. Maximizing my value a little bit. Now this QR is going for lethal pressure. Forced to return to sender. Here's the double trouble. Does he have double trouble and return to sender? If he does, that would be horrible situations for me. If he has both, I'm in a pickle. But if he doesn't, I just win. It looks like he doesn't have it. It looks like he doesn't have it. There's a few... I wonder if... I can't do the math right now, but I wonder if Wall of Trees is enough here. No. No. Yeah, going for lethal there, I don't think a lot of people would have had the balls to. He knows it's over. He suspects. That's the only reason I would go for that play. That was GG's. That was very well played. I really liked his take on the no monkey archetype. That was really fun. But my deck is pretty well positioned to counter a deck like that, such as the what makes tempo text so good. Alright, so it's a Mobin. Looks like it's aggro since it's taking me to the aggro map. Want to reroll? Always have the chance of going Badlands, but it's just good. Alright, we'll see if he decides to take me High Finance, but usually this is a pretty neutral map. But for the like this type of zombie deck, I've actually found that it's kind of bad for me, surprisingly enough. I'm gonna hard mulligan for anti-aggro, even looking for exactly Soul Stealer. Return to Sender is not bad. Return to Sender gets value against Mobin, because sometimes he sets up double Sentinel Bloons, and you can return that. Mass Detonation's always a good pickup. Like, this is pretty good. The aggro matchup against zombies is very awkward. Like, you're taking a control tech deck, so of course it's gonna be pretty awkward. I'm gonna save up my gold one more time. It's pretty strange that he didn't play one on 5, or play anything on 5 gold. Leads me to believe that this might be a slower deck. But people also, maybe not accidentally, but they juke me out sometimes. They really juke me out sometimes, and they make me think it's not aggro, and then it's aggro. You know what I mean? So I think I'm pretty safe to just play out my Necromancer here. I have enough gold to be able to, oh, but honestly, in this situation, I feel like Necromancer, if he is still aggro, Necromancer would be a bad play because I can't get enough Plutonium to sufficiently counter just like a balloon spam. I might wait one more turn, even just, I might play out the Clever Yellow, though I don't have a lot of reason to. I'm pretty sure the Clever Yellow here would be better into a control deck. We'll see. If it's control, he'll surely have an answer for this. And, like, it's kinda not nice to waste one of my healing cards into potential aggro. Well, I mean, this is something that aggro runs sometimes, but the way he's playing it, I'm pretty sure this is just a control deck. This is an insane pickup. This is exactly what you want to see. However, a lot of my the people I know, they're wary that I like to run these types of zombie decks, so they like to tech Shrink, which just completely kills my pushes. I might save the Prince of Darkness a little bit, so just so I can potentially bait the Shrink into Dark Arts Wizard or Necromancer. So let's see if we can get the Dark Arts Wizard off of the Hexa Power or any other offense. I do like the choice. When given the choice, taking more offense is always the option in this matchup. Not always, but it's a good rule of thumb. And I'm pretty safe to just play out the Necromancer now. I have very little reason not to. It's kind of unfortunate I haven't drawn my my Dart Arts, but you know, can't really expect it. There's only 3 of them in your deck. This is a high roll deck for a reason. It looks like he's searching for something. We'll see. Maybe we can, RNG looks like he's got something bad. Either that means something really bad or something really good. This guy likes to VM, so it could be, looks like it's a little bad. It's a 2-cost card. I know sometimes they run Alchemist in these decks. I don't really know why. Could be Alchemist. I'm not sure of a lot of, other Control 2 jobs. It's actually kind of a weird one. He has a lot of gold coming into this next turn. I think playing out some more clever yellows to try and bait more offense so I can Soul Stealer, potentially put his super monkeys on reload. I feel like this is nice. And this just continues to let me draw cards. And I still have enough gold for the Soul Stealer next turn. I also don't mind taking the damage, like I heal 70 off of it. And Mobins, they usually run a really slow combo, so I'm not worried about just dying. As long as I keep his Moabs that naturally spawn out of range. This is... somebody do the math for me. That's embarrassing. It's a 5-cost card. 5-cost, probably Shrink. I mean, I'm only saying Shrink because it comes to mind immediately. There aren't a lot of 5-cost cards that Control likes to run. Not a lot of monkeys. You usually see 6s and 4s for aggro, or Barrel, which is a 1, or Alchemist, which is a 2. I'm pretty sure this is the Shrink, and he's waiting for me to play out my my Prince of Darkness. I do like not playing my Soul Stealer here because he just has so much, well, for 2 reasons. He has so much gold still. It looks like he's going to try and like try and catch my Soul Stealer or my Prince of Darkness play. And Soul Stealer would nerf the damage that I'm dealing to him right now, which is so valuable. Yes, Mobin heals, but any damage is damage. It's really important to have that damage, because that's just permanent pressure. I'm pretty happy playing out the Robo Monkey here, and I don't know if I will, I feel like I have very little reason to, not Clever Yellow here, because I'm pretty sure he's holding the Shrink, and if I don't Clever Yellow, or if I save Clever Yellow, what am I saving for? The Prince of Darkness? He's just gonna shrink it immediately, and this gets some more pressure. Maybe it'll force him to finally play out his gold. But, like, I'm allowed to wait. I'm just waiting to draw my Synergy cards so I can start vomiting my stuff out. I'm getting my Eco up. You know, I'm getting the passive pressure. That's exactly what this type of deck wants to do. What the hell is he drawing from his deck? Bloons Day Device? What is this? Rare power and ultra rare power? So, people run ultra rare power as a tempo tech card, usually, because you draw your Moab Dom, your Bloon Master Alchemist, or your Bloons Day Device off of it, right? I'm pretty sure that can draw monkeys too. Yeah. And so you draw all of your anti-tempo cards. Oh, that's... Oh, he's taking down my, What the hell? No way! This is his, I'm pretty sure this guy runs a Arbiter deck, actually. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm pretty sure this guy is running an Arbiter deck. As funny as that is. I kinda like playing out the mass detonation. Now, if he's Arbiter, he's gonna try and armor up the Arbiter. So, honestly, I want to save up all of my Bloontonium. The Big Voodoo deals, I think, as though there were 4 delays, so 60 times 4, so 2400, but I don't know for sure. Maybe it's only 300, but it does around that much damage, and that's going to be so useful against armored arbiters, if that's what the strategy is. But since the Robo has less attack, it's like, you know, who cares? I am going to use this just to take down the target practice, and then I'm going to play this out. I'm going to still have a lot of Bloontonium. for my big voodoo. I'm not sure if that was the exact correct play, but I'm not super worried about his deck. I'm pretty sure he's running Arbiter. My goal is to play in such a way that I don't get cheesed. And the tools that I have right now, from the Return to Center to the Mastet to the Big Voodoo to the plenty of Bloons, there's the Arbiter. He's gonna go for the Arbiter, probably armor it, maybe double trouble it. That's the only reason he would play the Arbiter now. He's probably going to Booster Bloon on either one of these. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And he's gonna go for the double trouble. He has enough gold for the double trouble. He goes for mass lead production. Ah, okay. So, okay, and then he's gonna go for the improved fortification. All right. All right. Well, I think. Wow. Very aggro. Very aggro. Yes, RNG. So, I can make a bit of a calculated risk here. He doesn't have... I don't know if he's running gold generation, right? I don't know if he's running gold generation here. But he doesn't have enough gold to play this out again, or to double trouble this. So, I'm pretty sure I can wait one turn and then get a potential lethal up. Maybe potentially bait him to play even more cards into the Arbiter. But what is the play here? I really don't want to die right now. But I think maybe just saving gold is the right play here. Next turn, I'm just strictly gonna have more options. I feel like I really should not play around any, Oh, jeez. This is such a difficult decision. I think I'm just going to go for the Return to Center here. I think I'm more than capable of taking down an armored Arbiter than a big Arbiter. And this way, I don't risk anything. He's saying RNG, and he's running this cheese. Like, fair enough. How toxic. How toxic. This isn't a serious game at all. But I really hope it's at least demonstrating, at least my thought process is demonstrating what you're supposed to do, like mulligan-wise, and especially in the early game, and what types of risks you're supposed to calculate. Despite this being such a cheese game right now. Played his other booster Bloon. And he doesn't have any Bloontonium for the precursor. So, I really like going for my big Voodoo here, and then potentially ripping a Mastet. I feel like that just puts him away. Yes, so, big Voodoo, we're gonna see how much damage this deals. This is a little bit of a game mechanics here. It does 300, so it counts the immobile balloons as a 5 delay. And then I can actually just, well, I think I should just shoot. Nah, okay. I think, no. I think oh, this is actually kind of a difficult situation. I think I'm going to go for Cripple Moab and Zombie Moab and then shoot both of the ceramic and the arbiter. I think I'm gonna just shoot both of those this turn. This maximizes my survivability. I keep the mass debt even. Though I won't be able to use it next turn. He's saying RNG. We already know this is all RNG. But despite it being all RNG, it's in my favor because I played around every potential factor of RNG. And seemingly, he didn't. Oh, here's the double trouble. Now that's a... I think this guy's just griefing me at this point. I'll probably just go ahead and skip to the end of this. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and skip. The game's over. Very funny stuff. Still, I hope it was a little bit informative. I'm gonna tell him RNG back. Very funny game. We have a match, it looks like aggro. Pretty neutral map. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but the high finance is not that good for the zombie decks. I don't really know why. I feel like I keep losing on this map specifically, but in theory, at least as far as I know, Hi-Fi has not been panning out for me. We're still gonna go it. I have no reason to try and roll into Dark Castle or anything. Let's re-roll the Prince of Darkness. Let's try and get some more anti-aggro. To return to senders, I don't really like. The Dart Arts is not bad. It lets me mount a little bit more offense. It's a monkey. It's better than nothing. Return to sender is not that bad. It's 3 defensive options. Like, I'm not really gonna greed for more. And the Soul Stealer is perfect because it's more anti-aggro, but it's offense, anti-aggro, offense, just like the Dart Arts Wizard. They're gonna synergize pretty well this game. I think we're gonna do the Robo Monkey, I think. I could also do Slowing Bloon into Alchemist just to get the Alchemist up 1 turn earlier. I wonder if this is just a waste of gold. In my mind, this is a little bit nicer. Having the Acid Pool, if I decide I want to prematurely pop the Blooming Bloon instead of using the Defender, I feel like because I'm going to be able to deal damage to that Swarm Yellow immediately and then potentially take it out with the Dart Arts Wizard plus the Alchemist. Feel like this is a better play. Looks like I'm not gonna need to prematurely pop the blooming. He can interfere with my my acid puddle potentially by using Fortify, and these aggro decks, they run Fortify. Though I don't think it's the best option, it is very, very popular. What is the best play here? Could be Slowing Bloon. No, it can't be Slowing Bloon. I need to either pop this or... I think we're gonna go for the Dart Arts Wizard. Get him reloading. It's only gonna do 5 damage to this to the yellow, but I think this is the right choice. I think this is the right choice. It might seem weird, but I think this might be the right choice. We'll see if he can interfere. Yeah, he can't. I get a slow yellow. Alright, I think we are just gonna go for the Robo Monkey here. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to save the Robo Monkey for much longer, but at least I'm gonna be able to have it next turn since I'm gonna use it for double defender. I'm gonna shoot once, even though I could do 10 more damage. This prevents a card like Whoops or Return to Sender just ruining my life. And I want to keep this, I'm not going to use it on both, just because I want to keep this for next turn. It's going to be pretty valuable for the next turn. Wow! This guy's running bombs! Wow. Okay, so this is some sort of, probably a burn deck. Which is running the Sharpened Darts package as a cheap defensive option. Normally you would see the... Oh, what is it called? Normally you would see the Barrel of Monkeys and the Dart Monkey twins in place of this. But this is pretty valid too. It's pretty valid. I think the play here is going to be the Slowing Bloon to get some extra damage off the Robo Monkey. So we're gonna be Slowing Bloon on this. Extra damage from Robo Monkey. And then, importantly, we're gonna be able to play the Soul Stealer next turn. Now, we don't have a super good use. I wonder if going the Soul Stealer would be a little bit premature. I think perhaps just going for the Alchemist Monkey is the right play. Getting the 2 acid pools, and importantly the Alchemist Monkey is attacking on every other turn, I think that's going to be better. I can take it, it's a little bit risky taking it a little bit slower, but I might have to. The Soul Stealer might be a little too aggro. And this way, I have enough time and enough reason to go for the Dart Arts Wizard instead. Oh, what an insane pickup. I might be able to top deck a Bloon in order to get this mass stat, especially since I have the supply drop in hand. It's just a little bit expensive. Just a little bit. I'm gonna pop this one and then hit the acid pool here. So I at least get the acid pull down on the 2 different spots. I'm taking a little bit of damage. It's not that nice. Taking a little bit of damage and it's not that nice. None of my my Robo Monkey is not up. Oh, and thankfully he just passes here, which gives me the opportunity to play out my Soul Stealer. Oh. Do I play my Soul Stealer, or do I just look for Quick Ready Lethal? No, he'll be able to deny me the Quick Ready Lethal. I have to go for the Soul Stealer here. This way, next turn I can draw and search for a clever yellow, potentially get some more healing, and more importantly get the mass detonation off. But he has a lot of gold, and even more gold, like 27 gold this turn to kill me. I might be cooked, guys. This and then Double Trouble. Oh, the pink Bloon. Alright, that's how it ends. I think I played to the best of my abilities, but that was harsh. That was a little bit harsh. I think he played well. I wonder if I could have had a little bit better play with my Robo Monkey. Or if I should have played out my Soul Stealer in order to actually kill him earlier. But we also saw, I think he had the Return to Sender at the end there. And he was able to just remove it. So it's a pretty bad matchup. And he played pretty well. So yeah, I mean, Aggro doing its job countering such a greedy offense deck. Alright. Looks like we got tempo. Well, it's most often tempo. Could be control as well. This is a nice neutral map. It's a little bit favored for the Gwen. I'm almost inclined to veto just because it's both tempo and control. Might be bad for me. Yeah. He might think I'm going aggro. Yeah, he mulls away. We have a much more neutral map, arguably more favored for me since I'm a cycle deck. I'm more built for unbrick. Pretty nice. I don't think I want to keep the BFB this game. The Rapid is nice because it's nice and cheap. Return to Sender is good for tempo. I kind of don't want to keep the Zombie Moab, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. If I draw into some bad, expensive, or Archer's Instincts, then I'm a little screwed. But there's the Archer's Instinct. I don't really want to see that. But it's like fine. I think starting next turn, I'll be able to do like 1 unbrick per turn. It's pretty nice. Looks like it's maybe tempo, but he didn't get his farm. Pretty unlucky. Doesn't really tell me much. I mean, Gwen players, they're not usually control, but she does have a viable control deck, for what it's worth. Yeah. Looks like we're getting up to a turn where we're not going to be able to unbrick. That's a nice card to get off the top for the purposes of unbricking for cheap. I'm inclined to think this is a control deck. What is this? So strange. I really like going for the dart arts here. Getting out the aggro a little bit earlier. I don't get any good benchmarks off of going Storm of Arrows instead. Not this turn at least. But next turn, if he does play something, which he might not. Next turn though, I think, yeah, I'm gonna be able to play Rapid actually, and then get double Zombie Moab, and now we're off to the races. Alright, so, Shrink's so good in this matchup. For sure, like we talked about, we're gonna have the 12 gold exactly. I'm pretty sure, I wasn't paying attention, I'm not playing ZJ. I'm pretty sure I'm getting my Saram next turn, but I don't really care if this goes down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm getting my my Saram the next turn, so the Rapid's actually gonna push out the Saram 1 turn faster, which is nice. It's a very convenient turn to get this off. Wow, this is a lot of anti-aggro. It's a very funny situation actually. The game right before this, I played aggro into this guy. I guess he switched into super anti-aggro Gwen as like a rage quit or a rage pick. That's very funny. I don't know if that's the case, but I mean, like, look at his board. It's like all unbrick low-cost monkeys and SMS. Oh my god. Oh my god. Crazy anti-aggro. Alright, I think, wow, what a pickup. And it's gonna give me enough gold next turn to get double Zombie Moabs on the board. And I think at that point, he's just cooked. He knows he's cooked. That's what's crazy. What's crazy about a deck like this is that not only is it just like tempo stuff, but you have the psychological factor where your opponent sees themselves dying before they actually die. Alright, we just did some control plays. He's saying RNG. I'm agreeing with him. I think it's RNG. It's definitely RNG. Now you know it's RNG. But hey, this is... Look, in this video we need one crazy high roll. Like... we need one. Oh wow, I should have saved my Bloontonium. I don't think it's gonna matter, but you can actually use Quincy's arrow shot in order to prematurely kill the zombie blues to sometimes deal some extra damage 1 turn sooner. That is a pretty big monkey. I haven't seen anything I want to shrink just yet. And this is going to be a good opportunity to get out the Storm of Arrows. Actually, it was a pretty big throw. Actually, better to Alchemist Monkey here. But it was a pretty big throw to not take the damage because the Quick Break could have done something. Could have healed. I think while I have the opportunity and while I have the Unbrick... Oh! Wow! Double Trouble is an easy pickup. Alright. Return to Sender. The double Return to Senders, they synergize really well. Mana Shield is Unbrick. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do Return to Sender. We just have so much yeah, we have so much card draw with this other Archer's Instincts. I'm almost inclined to take the Mana Shield, but I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference. And I'm just gonna Storm of Arrows to Unbrick here.
This is my signature.
Alright. Alright, the zombies are still chugging along. The Double Trouble is getting stronger and stronger. It's pretty interesting that he didn't attack with the Tax Sprayer until now. It's not like the Tax Sprayer is getting much use against or the Defender is getting much use against such a slow deck. Alright, I think this turn is about as good as any to use my Quick Breaks up. Although this is a tantalizing situation, I can just go for the Shrink. I think that would accelerate my win. But if I'm going to Shrink, I should Shrink now. I feel like I'm worried about this. This is like the most worrisome card that he's gonna have, other than BMA, but the BMA shrinking it doesn't do anything. This, very high damage, probably the highest damage monkey in his whole deck. I think that's the right choice. We can just continue to chill here. Something nice about the zombie decks is that there's not a lot of things going on every turn when you high roll. You're just sitting pretty. You're just sitting pretty. Oh. I would really like to use one of these Double Troubles on the these low delay zombie Moabs. But I only have the 2 Double Troubles in the deck. I haven't seen the other one. This upcoming turn, I think I really want to look for my Soul Stealer as well. Because that would be the best use for a single Double Trouble. Oh wow, we got a Double Trouble. I think I can wait one more turn for the Double Troubles. And here, I think I'm going to unbrick my H-Prots, or my Quick Breaks. Oh my god. Every card looks like every other card to me, apparently.
This is my signature.
Masta is good. Soul Stealer is perfect. Soul Stealer is exactly what I wanted. He has enough gold for the Bloons Day device, though. That's the one thing. I didn't consider that. I think he's probably going to go for the Bloons Day device. Ah, I shouldn't have drawn this turn. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna unbrick the slowing balloons here. Instead, instead of playing out the Soul Stealer and potentially playing into a big Bloons Day device. Now, the fact that he saved 18, it doesn't really make sense for him to play the Bloons Day device here. But on the off chance he does, this is a better play. I don't have a lot of lethal outs here. I'm also kind of bricked this upcoming turn. My board is bricked. I don't have enough Bloontonium to pop my own cards. And it really, really looks like he's going for a high value Bloons Day device. Really looks like that. Yeah, he's popping the all of the removal cards, or all of the revive. I can at least unbrick, which is nice. Think I can save on Archer's Instinct. He might also just be going for Super Monkey Storm, which, I mean, we already saw one. He's probably going to play around another one. I think I have enough gold in case he does pop something for the Quick Ready and Double Trouble play. Not that that would do anything. The double Quick Ready will do something. Let's see if we can't win this turn. But I'm pretty sure some sort of hard removal is coming out this turn to prevent double Quick Ready. There we go, we played around it. We have played around it. Alright, let's see if we can't pick up some neutral cards. Oh! That's exactly what we want to be seeing. Alright, time to reset. Time to reset. The offense builds. Wasting his shots. Not really wasting, he's playing well. Fully popping the stuff so I don't get my my healing value. Ooh, what a pickup. Really like getting these before playing out my Soul Stealers. I think one Soul Stealer the next turn is going to be the play. Oh, but all of my board slots are actually going to be bricked. Oh, but he is freeing up slots, which is a little bit of a short-sighted play, maybe. He might be a little bit tilted. Alright. He's dealing some damage of stealing some Bloontonium. Makes sense. Alright. We've got one big Soul Stealer coming down. On bricks. Very nice. It's ironic that this is the fastest balloon on my board. Everything else is slow. But yeah. Looks like these return to senders aren't getting that much value after all. I really like the idea of the double trouble next turn. but it is very, very likely that he's going to go for the damage on the Soul Stealer. That would be the right play. What is he returning to my hand? Oh, wow. Oh, and he's going to return my Prince of Darkness? Oh, I don't know about that play. I think you're dead. I think wasting your return to senders on the Prince of Darkness is nothing. And on the Necromancer, I actually don't want the Necromancer on my board. I didn't mind that. Oh, and he just gives up. I think he realized that it was over. I think maybe, I disagree with that play, but maybe there was nothing he could do anyways. Like, might as well try and go for something. But yeah, that's what the high roll looks like. Even through Bloons Day device and all of this anti-aggro, he just didn't have any way to fight back, and so the infinite pressure of the high roll, it got to him. It's exactly what this deck needs to do. Alright, looks like we got a ZJ here. Pretty neutral map. I don't think either of us are gonna mulligan. It could be aggro. More often they're like a OTK deck. But there's always the chance of aggro. I don't really need, with this version of the deck, I don't really need to hard mulligan for my offense ever. Think I would rather the Double Trouble over the Necromancer. That Alchemist is pretty good. I think I'm gonna roll the Double Trouble, see if I can get more anti-aggro. Quick Ready is more anti-aggro. Quick Ready is more anti-aggro than the Double Trouble, but still not amazing. The Clever Yellow is a very good pickup. Just saving up my gold, probably gonna do BFB first play. Unless he plays something out here. Looks like a control matchup. Ooh, early Mana Shield. Very interesting. We get the passive up here for what it's worth. It's not that amazing, but there's really no reason not to play around it. Minus 10 off of the passive awesomeness, pretty nice. Yeah, looks like it's just a slower deck. Super Monkey doesn't really tell me like anything specific. Zombie Mobe's pretty nice. I'm still gonna go for the faster threats first. I have a lot of combo in my hand. Potential, there's a reason for me to do Zombie Moab into BFB later. But I also have, like the benefit of that is I could get Alchemist here, so I could do Zombie Moab and Alchemist. But I have the healing later anyways. I'm inclined to just leak this. The second BFB coming out right after is in a pretty unfortunate timing for my opponent. So I'm just gonna reduce the damage just a little bit, get it off of one Clever Yellow proc. Basically gonna heal off of one Clever Yellow proc. I'm not gonna shoot it anymore. Oh, well. Honestly, shooting it here means I don't have to care about using the Clever Yellow to heal back. And what shooting it here does means if it's an OTK version, he actually has to save up a little bit more tokens or get a little bit more zany juice for his triple threat. Depends which OTK this is. Basically, it means I have more time to kill this guy if I just shoot it here, and I get to save up a little bit more gold. Get to save up a little bit more. It is only a little bit more gold, but I think it is worth. Part of playing good aggro is you want to save any gold where you can. As minuscule as it might seem. I'm inclined to save for my double quick ready next turn. At the same time, this is a huge throw into return to sender. and these decks run all 3 copies of Return to Sender, it is very likely he has 1, and 1 would screw me. Playing around that here is not a very heads-up play. I think playing my Alchemist for sure then. Playing my Alchemist for sure. And then passing. And then doing double Zombie Moab the next turn. Or waiting and getting Dart Arts would also be good. I think just passing here. I'm at a pretty good gold amount. I can get some potential value out of the Double Trouble here. Let's see what he picks here. It's very likely he's going to try and pick something like Dom or BMA. Yeah, looks like it was at least more than 3 cost. I think there's a decision. Do we return to sender or do we double trouble? I think double trouble is going to be better. Double trouble, and then I save my gold. This is a lot of pressure. This is a lot of pressure. Though 1 Frag Bombs is inclined to remove basically everything. There's the BMA. We force out a BMA. It's very, very nice that it forces out the BMA on the smallest balloon in our deck. Or the smallest blimp in my deck, rather. Very nice. It's a 10 for 10 trade. It's pretty high value. But I have more double troubles to come. Here, I think we're gonna search using Archer's Instincts first, see if we can't get the Dart Arts.
I've been practicing this.
I'm inclined to take some Zombie Moabs.
This is my signature.
Shrink is very nice. Shrink could be nice, actually. It's not super necessary because the biggest threat of the Frag Bombs is immediately after he plays it. The Shrink is normally better into opposing tempo decks as well. Not super sold. I'm not super sold. It's also unfortunate I didn't get anything to unbrick my hand here. It's gonna be able to get at least 1 high value, unless I just burn my my return to sender here. No, I think we're just gonna hold. Just gonna hold. It's a very unfortunate situation. Goes for the Frag Bombs. Would be nice to have that Shrink now, but I think taking my Soul Stealer is going to be a little bit better. Alright, so let's deal some damage. Play this out for the unbrick. I think I'm going to use my Bloontonium. It's very unlikely that I'm going to need as much Bloontonium. I would rather have the Acid Puddle dealing more damage proactively. Let's see. He's going to draw a couple of cards. It looks like the Return to Senders are going to be online. Potentially. There's a frag bombs. Seems like a little bit of a waste. Storm of Arrows is pretty nice. Very unfortunate that we haven't gotten any of our zombie synergy cards just yet. I have the potential to return to sender back multiple guys, but I think I'm gonna be able to get a little bit more value. Well, it's actually a good question. Yeah, I think I'm gonna use my return to senders a little bit later. Let's play out some Bloons as per usual. I think I'm gonna just deal my damage fully to this one. I have not a lot of reason to, you know, I misplayed a little bit. I should have, while the Moab was still in the second slot, I should have shot with the Alchemist. Then I would have gotten 2 acid balls. Would be nice. Looks like he's still drawing cards. He needs to unbrick here or else my return to sender goes sicko crazy mode here. Goes for the bedtime. That's very, very good for me, actually. Yeah, very, very good for me. That means he can't use the bedtime on my Prince of Darkness. Pretty sure these decks only run 1 copy of bedtime. Alright, what are we thinking? I think burning a return to sender would be okay. I think return to sender and just doing a return to sender kill play here is good. It forces him to waste 7 more gold, and it also permanently removes one of the frag bombs. I think I'm going to play around the potential lethal with double quick ready here. That's funny. Almost didn't play around that. It's a combo deck. Of course he has combo deck things. Quincy OP. Quincy OP. Oh my goodness. That's a weapon enhancer. It's a really good card. The something I don't like about using weapon enhancer is that it kinda unbricks the opponent's defense. It makes their defense good for offense. So my Bio Boomer is about to go pretty crazy. This is a lot of pressure used. I don't know. I'm obviously not in a super advantageous spot. I think here it's a great opportunity to get my healing down. So these two are definitely going here. That's 110, beautiful benchmark. Now, where do the rest go? So this is going to be on 35. I think I'm going to put this here. We're going to shoot this 3 times. And we're going to deal damage here. and we're gonna pretend we're happy. We're gonna pretend we can find Archer's Instinct as well. That's something we're gonna be pretending about. Pretending over? Oh, I don't really know. Wow. Another super monkey. Very nice. Alright, let's see if we can't draw into some offense. Perfect. It's exactly what we were looking for. And before the zombie Moabs that I played a few turns before, Lee? Or Pop? So I'm going to be able to get some health on them. Pretty convenient. Think I'm going to go for the Storm of Arrows here as well. And then I'm going to just deal enough damage. So this is on the acid pool. I think doing one more shot isn't recommended because it's going to be on 80 and I'm going to be able to heal basically all of that with a clever yellow proc. And I can just keep my passive up. I can just keep my passive up. Yeah, even though we started rolling late, we're started rolling. We haven't bottom decked absolutely everything. Alright, would really love a top deck shrink here to get rid of this frag bombs. Look at that. Look at how big it pops. So nice. Yeah, would love to get Archer's Instinct. Oh, but I did shuffle that shrink, didn't I? Maybe I should have taken that. It's not like the Soul Stealer did very much anyways. Oh, what a pickup. What a pickup. This, and then I get Clever Yellow next turn. And I think I'm gonna... Ooh. What's the play here? It's very awkward. The numbers just are not aligning. I think either way I'm gonna lose on 20 damage. Yeah. I don't think... I didn't do the math, but I'm pretty sure in that situation it didn't matter how I allocated my damage. Yeah. He's gonna need to use a lot of tokens and a lot of plutonium on just killing these Moabs here. Fully killing the Moabs. Or else it's just a lot of pressure. Yeah, so he's gonna be using a lot of resources on this frag bomb. He doesn't use that last one. Yeah, so he didn't fully pop them. But he is gonna fully pop them with the Bio Boomer. Very heads up. I only get the healing on the BFB now. I still have 2 double troubles in my deck for this hero protection. Ooh, what a pickup. Think I'm gonna play out the final zombie Moab first. Though I have a pretty nice lineup with the Soul Stealer killing the green. Think I'm gonna use this opportunity to heal and then get a little bit more off my Soul Stealer. And I have the double quick ready. This is on 2 delay, so it's gonna be leaking at the same time. This is gonna be in prime opportunity for double quick ready. Feel like this is the play. So I keep this one up, shoot here, and then go for the Soul Stealer. I'm not worried about lethal. I can just, I'm in the position to just save my Bloon Titanium. He's healing up. He really wants to shoot the Soul Stealer a bunch. So my double trouble value is lower. Let's see if he actually does that. Oh, decided not to. Double trouble off the top is going to be super good. Super good. Nope, no double troubles, but the rapid is nice. It's going to lightning rod the super monkey damage away just a little bit. And now I wonder what's the correct choice. If I'm going to kill the weapon enhancer, or I think he's going to be using a lot of tokens this game. But I think it's also going to be pretty fast for him. If I leak this BFB a good amount, it's going to be pretty quick for him to get the amount of tokens to kill me. But it's like 50 damage coming down from this weapon enhancer that I can deny. Admittedly, not that much. I'm inclined to use my damage on the BFB instead. Maybe I can take down one, actually. And then 1 and 2. And then play out the Moab. I still have enough gold, obviously, to do my thing, my double trouble off the top. Not enough to do the double quick ready, but it doesn't matter because I need my double trouble to be able to kill him through the hero protection. Coming near the end of my lifespan with this. Oh my god, I'm not going to be able to defend this. Though I am running slowing Bloons, so I can extend the timer just a little bit. It is looking quite grim. Interestingly enough, he did not take out the rapid. He actually left it up. But this frag bomb is going to be so harsh here. Wow, random pink, that's not something you see every day. I wonder if that means this is a Juice OTK, but it does not look like Zany Juice. Oh wow, he goes for the return to sender here. That's odd. I wonder if he's going for an early OTK here then. Wow, scary. Scary stuff. He has a 300 health Rad Bloon, and it's going to be taking some damage from the Acid Pool, taking some damage from the Moab construction facilities he combos with. So I don't think I'm actually that close to being dead. It's actually a very strange play. Yeah, let's try and get ahead with the Soul Stealer again. I think I'm going to... I don't really have a reason to shoot with the dart arts. Pretty sure this is, oh my god, it's just invincible basically. So I should just save up. Maybe, oh. I like keeping the passive too. It's a little bit of a misplay. I think I should have used both ammo. But I think it's ultimately not gonna matter. The slowing Bloon is going to be pretty clutch. And the rapid is also going to be pretty clutch. Hold up, look at this Oh my god coming down. It's going to be, wow. Okay, very early Moab construction facility. Leads me to believe he's actually going to use the Oh My God to OTK. Oh, very clutch that we have the slowing bloom though. Very clutch. Alright, I think I really should have just used the ammo and the dart arts last turn. Maybe I have a reason to actually just shoot this guy now. I can use the second charge of slowing bloom on something else. Oh, I don't know. I don't think this was right, but it's fine. Because if I slowing bloom again, it's just gonna be the same delay as this Oh My God. So now he has the pressure to be able to OTK with this Oh My God. Oh, and now he's using this as an opportunity to try and get some extra pressure in. Wow, Rapid is really coming in clutch here. He has a 420 HP Rad Bloon. Subtract like 100 HP. It's not quite there, unless he has 2 quick readies instead. Man, he is not playing around the potential for a 3rd removal card though. Playing out this MOV construction facility is pretty bad, pretty bad. Okay, I think we're definitely going for the double quick ready lethal this next turn. For that, I'm gonna fully pop this so that any OTK attempt, it's gonna need to get through the acid pool. I'm gonna slow this BFB so he can't do anything cheeky with trying to OTK off the BFB. Slow one more time. Play out the Necromancer. Play out the Necromancer instead of the Soul Stealer because if he Bloon stays here, which is another option for him, then the Soul Stealer will be less than nothing. It's actually going to be one less offense tool for this game, while the Soul Stealer does not care at all, or the Necromancer doesn't care at all. So let's see if we can have him here. Let's see. Let's see if we can have him here. There's a lot of different ways he can play around this. Wow, another pink. Is that lethal? Oh no! No way! Pink Bloons for the win? That's not something you see every day. Wow, I almost had him, but the pink Bloons actually caused a problem and let him OTK just a little bit faster. I'm pretty sure he could have survived there anyways, but I had the potential to get a quick ready and double trouble off the top, especially if I drew into Archer's Instinct. I still had a lot of opportunity to kill him that turn, but he just closed it out faster than I could. He drew a lot of cards this game. That was a really good match. I think with a little bit better draws earlier on, I feel like we could have won that game. He also had some interesting tech cards, so I can't be too mad. I can't be too mad. I wasn't playing around the pink Bloons. Alright. Could be aggro, could be control. We're leaning on the side of control because he mulled away from aggro map. Means I want to be the aggro. This is pretty neutral. Like ZJ, he doesn't really make use of the plutonium while on offense. It's a little bit better for the open, but it's like basically neutral. I'm gonna mulligan more for a potential control game, so I'm gonna keep the cheaper option so I can unbrick. The cheaper healing option. Double dart arts is really nice. It's nice offense. I don't know how much better I can get off of one mulligan, so I think I'm just gonna save this. I have a lot of ways to draw into
Nature gives me
something that would work well with Dart Arts. Alchemist Monkey is not the worst, it's good unbrick. That's not that nice, but I mean, we have plenty of unbrick. It's okay if we have 1 brick sitting in our hand for the whole game. 2 is not that nice. 2 is not that nice. Oh, look, if he unbricks something, it's gonna be Barrel of Monkeys. It's a pretty good card into zombie decks. Traditionally, but there's a lot of ways we can get around it. Mainly if we save up all of our pushes, or all of our Bloons for 1 push. Oh wow, all 3 off the top. That's pretty wild. So it's not quite enough to like the Dart Arts plus the Alchemist is not quite enough to fully take out the yellow Bloon. And I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be spending on the Dark Arts Wizard anyways. And I want one of these to bait out a Shrink potentially. I have no reason to waste the extra gold on the Alchemist. It would be basically like wasting extra gold on the Alchemist for basically nothing. We're really in the waiting room. We've had 3 very poor draws. But I mean, this is not the best hero choice for just sitting here and doing nothing. But obviously, whenever you have zombies, you can have that quality of just being able to wait for your tools and not have to wait for getting on the board immediately. These types of high roll decks into control. It does kind of blow that we're not drawing into anything, but you know, that's just how the hand of RNG. It's a fickle mistress. This is a great draw.
Watch this.
These are not great draws. At the very least, I think I'm going to take the cheaper options. I have plenty of monkeys already. Don't know how much I'm gonna need healing this game. And any of these are gonna give me tokens, so it's fine. Just gonna go for... Well, I don't want to leak any gold this turn, so... I kinda do want to keep 20 gold. I have no really clean way to get exactly 20, so I think I'm just gonna play out the frags now. It's as good an opportunity as we're probably gonna get this game. He's just turtling up. We're playing a little bit of a stall fest. A little bit of a stall fest. Alright, Soul Stealer. It's 1 piece. It's 1 piece, though it's not the aggro piece that's good to just play out alone. It's not Necromancer, it's not Zombie Moab, it's not Prince of Darkness. Just gonna play this. And I think I'm gonna unbrick the... This is also another good opportunity to unbrick the frag bombs. See, despite the horrible draws, we're still drawing cards, which is... It's nice. We're not, like, wasting cards, if you know what I mean. Just playing out dry offense that's not going to do anything would be kind of a waste of cards. Though, we are admittedly furthering his win condition, and we're not ramping our tokens that well either, just because we haven't gotten the Necromancer. The supply drop is exactly what we want. Fast and Loose is exactly what we want. Double Trouble, yes! We're getting stuff finally.
Watch this sweet trick.
Oh, that sucks! That sucks so bad. But I really want this Necromancer. Getting both of my quick readies in one draw is so so horrible into a control matchup. I think I would rather take one quick ready because I have 3 necromancers in my deck. I'm drawing through my deck already. I'm gonna be able to get another necromancer, and getting multiple necromancers is not good. So I think I'm gonna take the quick ready. And I'm gonna use the opportunity to unbrick, but hold 20. I think, maybe next turn we can start going for stuff. It really depends how our draws are looking. Really depends. We have the D piece. D piece coming down. Probably just cycling it out. I don't think he expects to need all of his D pieces this game. Makes sense, makes sense. Alright, I really want to get an opportunity. Maybe, this is the opportunity to go for double return to sender. But, so, it's going to be able to erase one of his cards, and then we're going to be able to get the Soul Stealer on the board. Normally, I would return to sender the expensive one, but he's going to be able to play the Super Monkey out, and deal damage to my Soul Stealer. So I think I'm going to return his D piece to hand. It's not that useful, but it's more expensive than the other options. It's going to be denying him a little bit more gold. And then I'm going to be able to kill this Super Monkey. So let's do what I said. Already been making a few misplays this session. Gonna go for the Soul Stealer. Gonna go for the Rad Bloon. His defenses are hurt. We have a nice little offense going. We're getting some more tokens, forcing some defense, hopefully. No reason to do anything else. We have Double Trouble on the board. Alright. We can hold gold here. Oh, what a perfect draw. This is exactly what we want. However, I almost think that we should just hold off, get one more token. No, I think getting one more token, I don't think it's going to do that much this game. Yes, yes. I think I'm going to play both of these out. Hopefully I get a zombie Moab. Yes. And I'm going to play out the zombie Moab. Get the double buffs. And then I'm just going to deal damage with this one. It's going to take out the Moab in time. We have a nice offense mounting. I didn't save enough. What you always want to be looking for is saving up for the quick ready double trouble combo, but it would be effortless for him to deny the lethal from that. I don't even think I have lethal. He has 620 health. I only had 540 worth of damage from that Rad Bloon. Alright, the Soul Stealer isn't that useful anymore, and I sort of don't wish to overcommit, but if I am going to overcommit, the best card to do that with is the... Huh. Oh yes, that makes sense. I don't know why I was thinking I would get my BFB this turn. That's exactly how it works. Wait. Yeah, okay. I'm tripping myself out. My bad, guys, my bad. Alright, we're just gonna deal our damage first so I don't have to think about this. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to be playing the zombie Moab. What's nice about the zombie Moabs is, and I probably said this already, is that they are pretty invulnerable to the Bloons Day device. It forces out the options like Elim or especially BMA, which is disproportionately good into Soul Stealer since this is such a large single target Bloon. And the reason why it forces out the BMA is because obviously the BMA doesn't kill a Bloon, it transforms a Bloon, so the revive won't proc. It's the most efficient way to take down these zombies. Arguably. These are still only 6 cost, guys, but yeah. We are getting to a point where the double trouble on the zombie Moabs is actually looking pretty tantalizing. Though he is doing his damage pretty intelligently. Think I'm going to oh, this Necromancer is an amazing pickup. I think it's about time to replace my Alchemist. Even though it's on 1 reload, it's just going to be doing less damage than the frag bombs over the course of this game. Let's get the Necromancer out. Let's get the Necromancer, you know, it came to us even though we shuffled it back into the deck. We're weighing our options accordingly. It's paying off. We can slow this just for the token. And then we get the Rad Bloon down again. Just some extra pressure. One of the reasons why you play ZJ. It's not a great reason, admittedly. The Rad Bloon is kind of just stats that do nothing and die to Bloons Day and SMS. But, like, that's normally why you don't play ZJ with an OTK deck. But if you want, like, a fringe OTK hero that's not Ezili or even Quincy, which I think are the best two, ZJ is probably the 3rd best option, though some would tell you that Emilia is also good. Trust me, I've tried to make Emilia work. It's just, she's so, it's so awkward to try and like force Undead Army or Zombie Rainbow into a deck. Those cards are just not good. I probably pointed that out in the intro anyways. That's the reason why all of my zombie decks are using basically every other zombie card or every other undead card and not those two. Wow. EMT is an interesting one. This guy has favor trades instead of a Quincy action figure as his OTK combo. I don't know if that tells me if he's running the double yellow OTK or the Eerie Life Force OTK. I don't think it makes a difference. The EMT just has a pretty nice utility. I think I'm going to use this opportunity to unbrick my frag bombs. And then I'm just gonna pass. Still a lot of pressure. He used a lot of gold. We have 20 gold. We have enough gold for the combo as well. He needs to respect that. We're gonna be able to save that amount of gold for next turn. Which I think it's gonna be a lot more threatening off this BFB. Though, it's very, very likely he's going to chip this one down. Very, very likely. An option that's not available to us is going Quick Ready Double Trouble on the Zombie Moabs. It's not worth to waste our 1 Quick Ready to do that combo, but what that does is it lets the Zombie Moab leak prematurely and get you the extra stats. Like, it'll be like 400 health at 0 delay, which is just crazy. It's more for decks that are running 3 copies of Quick Ready, which this deck is not. There's no reason to really go for the quick ready combo here. What an insane pickup here. The Prince of Darkness is going to be so valuable. It's going to force him to execute all of these Bloons, and it lets us keep saving for our combo. I think I'm going to go and replace this Frag Bombs. It's probably going to be the least valuable. Doesn't make sense to replace anything else. And between the two Frag Bombs, I mean, this one is just at the higher delay. Why not? He has the opportunity to shrink now. Still doesn't have the gold to Bloons the Device or something. Not like it would do too much. Not like it would do too much. The Elim is a pretty good pickup to just get rid of that BFB. Oh, wow! I think I have... Oh, no. If only I had a second... if I had a Return to Sender, or if I had the track space to be able to double up. Oh, that would be so nice. I think I'm just gonna burn one. It's gonna be able to get through his even more tax, surely. And I'm gonna have enough gold to be able to pressure next turn as well. I think this turn I'm only going to use this Dart Arts. No. Nah, I'll use just fully kill this one. Not a lot of reason to. And we might have a little bit of a damage breakthrough here. I don't know, I didn't really do the calculations. He gets a little bit of gold, but it's not meaningful. If he decides to shoot this anymore, he's also risking the Soul Stealer popping my zombies. I don't know if I went over that strategy already, but the Soul Stealer popping your zombies. Oh wow, he prematurely popped this one. Pretty premature. And that's the game. I don't know, did I get a lucky Necromancer heal? I can't really tell. I wasn't paying attention, but that's just lethal, guys. That is just lethal. And something cool about the Double Trouble here is that it actually gets buffed by both Passive Awesomeness and the Dart Arts. RNG, RNG. Might be RNG, but that's what you get for facing a high roll deck. And, you know, this is just, like, I rolled so bad this game. I rolled so bad this game. And it just goes to show, even when you roll bad, it's just so effortless at times to beat these control decks with this deck. So you can really, you can try to tech for aggro. I don't think this deck is going to be beating aggro very consistently, but at the very least, these meta control decks, you're just going to be able to walk all over.